Good morning to you. It's day 33, I understand, if I've counted correctly. Polruan to Loo, just beyond Loo. It's about a 14 miler, but the first 6 miles to Loo are supposed to be quite severe, so expecting a bit of a workout this morning. Last night stayed at Polruan Holiday Park. It's a nice little campsite, nice people on there, etc. Decent night's sleep, overslept a bit again. So not a lot to report. The others were on there, the couple, Darren, Rachel and John. They're always set off ahead of me. They're always a bit quicker than me in the morning. I spend a bit of time texting and doing my feet and stuff and trying to dry the tent out, so yeah, I think today could be the last dry day for 3 or 4 days. Some angry weather ahead. I'll stop because you don't want to hear me blowing and puffing like a old steam train. Oh, but it's a nice day today, pleasantly bright, bit of cloud about. Good day to tick off this. So only got about 2 or 3 more days left in Cornwall. It's been a long journey, Cornwall, from Bude, or before Bude in fact, from Wenstow, something like that. So, yep, I will be reporting in if there's anything worth reporting, and taking my usual snippets. Speak to you soon.
I wanna cry, but keep on smiling. Trying to be brave when I'm in the dark.
To mention how lovely yesterday was over to Falmouth and Polruan, over Gribbin Head where the big tower was. Yeah, it was a pleasant day. The weather was just about perfect for walking, bright and breezy. Did I say Falmouth? Foy. Yeah, lovely place, lovely place. Little boat trip across the Foy River estuary, and then a nice campsite. One of the big issues I've got is this camera. I've carried it for 33 days in my sweaty hand, sweat dripping all over it. The handset, the grip, which has the controls on, isn't really working at all in terms of the controls. I think they're all just glooped up with sweat and salt and stuff, and even the camera itself, the zoom ring is a little bit sticky, and it's done a couple of peculiar things, and I'm just a little bit worried that it might not last out the holiday, which would be pretty disappointing. I'm sure I can get it serviced and cleaned up and everything when it's all finished, but I'd hate to miss the last week or so of this trip with Gloria. She deserves better than that. I know she's been moody, but it'd be a shame if we can't finish the film. So we'll just have to see, keep our fingers crossed, and I'll try and dry it out whenever I can, but yeah, it's a bit of a worry. Speak to you soon. Some Dartmoor ponies again. Used to help graze the land. Oh, excuse me. Hello. Just come over a massive hill with a massive climb. Over the crest, started going down and faced with that. Must be one of the longest vertical climbs, certainly on the south coast. Oh dear, it's just one after another today. Really slow going, hard work. But you pays your money, you takes your chance. Path looks very precarious there. Over those cliffs and overgrown. Time to be careful. Nettles. It's very precarious here, very overgrown, and it's like a gauntlet, running the gauntlet of nettlage. Whoops. Very dangerous. This is Polperro, glorious place. Been hard getting here, but looks lovely. Hopefully get some refreshments.
Like being brave when you're in the dark. You and me just keep on breathing, 'cause our bodies tells us to. I could as well just sleep forever. I'm so tired after all the hurt you put me through, so don't say you're sorry, 'cause I don't care. We can't mend our heartaches with your despair. Stop being a martyr, it will never heal you. So stop saying that you're sorry when you know I don't care anymore. Oh, I don't care anymore. I don't care Sitting here, oh so silent. You won't dare to speak your mind. I wanna cry, but keep on smiling. I'm so tired, darling. Oh, so don't say you're sorry, 'cause I don't care. We can't mend our heartaches with your despair. Stop being a martyr, it will never heal you. So stop saying that you're sorry
It's day 34, I believe. And this morning's good morning is coming from inside the tent, and you can probably hear the reason why. It's absolutely chopping it down and it's set to do so for the whole day, so I really don't expect to be doing any filming today at all, so it's now or never really. So I'm in the process of getting packed up inside the tent. It's not too easy to do that, but to be fair, in 34 days this is the first time I've had to do it, so I can't complain too much about the weather. But yeah, today is really going to be a washout, an absolute washout. So heading for Plymouth. Not going to quite get to Plymouth, we're going to be about 4 miles short of Plymouth, but it's a long day in the rain, 17 miles. Got a campsite booked. It's Maker Heights. It's the last full day in Cornwall. It's the last full day of this map. So by tomorrow I'll be on to map 4. So we're getting there. So yeah, yesterday wasn't a bad day at all. Really tough in the morning, but lovely views, and the underfoot conditions were better yesterday. And then the middle section, absolutely lovely. Undulating hills, good paths, all the way to Loo, and then at Loo, horrible place, horrible, like Newquay, but worse. So it was a couple of miles out of Newquay, out of Loo, up to this campsite, and the campsite was okay, basically. It was quite noisy last night, but anyway, all done. So yeah, that's day 33, this is day 34, this might be the only time you see me today, so speak to you at some point, hopefully. Bye for now. This is the downhill track to that little place which is called Port Wrinkle, and I'm hoping to get some coffee and breakfast of some kind. It's approaching 10 o'clock, I don't feel very energetic today. The only good thing about today so far is it hasn't started raining yet. It is going to rain all day apparently, but it was due to start at about 8, so it's nearly 10 o'clock and it hasn't, so touch wood, maybe it'll just stay overcast all day. I'll take that. This is Ministry of Defence land. You have to check whether red flags are flying. If they are, you have to take an alternative route. They weren't flying today. There was a warning about a bull in the field, and I've just seen it. Big old thing it was. But other than that, nobody's firing shells today. So it's a shame all this lovely land is used just to like fire bullets and shells. But I suppose it has to be done somewhere. Oops a daisy, that wasn't meant to happen.
Let go, rain. It's not your song to sing no more. Goodbye, blame. Weights can't lift you up, but you can find a way to drop them.
This is Tregantle Castle, built during the Napoleonic Wars apparently. Keep that little Frenchie at bay. Seemed to work. out for 5 hours in the rain. Had the most royal soaking ever. Gloria really put it up to me. Really testing my resolve and my commitment to this relationship. Yeah, I must admit, it waned on a few occasions. I couldn't be more wet from head to foot. I just dived into a pub and I'm having a coffee. But yeah, that was challenging in the extreme. Not physically, mentally. Physically, the paths were okay today. They were up and down as usual, but not as severe as they have been. But it's rained for about 5 hours solid, proper hard rain. So how I'm going to get the tent up, I don't know. Anyway, I'll tune in later. Speak to you soon. A quick word about weather forecasters. Not on my Christmas card list. Today they couldn't have got the forecast more wrong, really. I mean, we knew it was going to be a wet day, but they said it was going to be raining from 8 o'clock. This is the Met Office in the BBC. It didn't rain till 12. They said in the afternoon it would be showery. It rained persistently for 5 hours hard. So, you know, I could have given that forecast as badly as that. I could look up and see we're in for rain. So I don't know how they assess the situation, but I'm not impressed with the weather forecasters after today. But I'm not impressed with a great deal after today. Although this Nissen hut at this camp has been brilliant because we've managed to sort of get a few things dry. How all this would have been in a tent, a damp tent, I don't know, but thankfully we've been able to hang them out. There's a heater being on. There's a chance they might dry for tomorrow, I'm not certain, but on the whole it's been lucky. So thank you to Maker Heights Camp. Right, I'm going to go to bed. It's late. It's gone 10 o'clock. I'm going to clean my teeth and then crash. So hopefully, fingers crossed for a better day tomorrow. Bye for now. Good morning. It's day 35. Already climbing uphill, hence the breathing problems. Heading for the Cornwall ferry, which takes us into Plymouth and into Devon. It's about 3 miles, and that'll be Cornwall done. So, shockingly wet night last night, on top of a shockingly wet day, but at the moment it's dry, so thankful for small mercies. We've got a lot of wet gear. Don't know how I'm going to get it dry, but we'll see. But I reckon about 2/3 of the way now. Swap up to map 4 today of the 5, and yeah, slowly making progress. But yeah, don't need many more days like yesterday. Thank you very much, Gloria. So, I'll speak to you soon.
Can you feel the wind? Say you do, it's how it all begins. Then comes reason, then purpose. Well, you will find your way. In the meantime, may the sun bless you with its rays. It's how we learn. It has to hurt, it has to hurt. Every single turn. Don't beg your pardon. You're not someone's victim. It has to hurt. It has to hurt. You can ask spring how it is when the buds are bursting. You can watch the birds when they fly across drop them. When the new ones weigh you down, you'll be on top of them. Oh, don't mind the fall, break down when it burns. Please, don't be concerned. It's how we learn. It has to hurt, it has to hurt. Every single turn, don't beg your pardon. You're not someone's victim. It has to hurt, just has to hurt. It's how we learn. Don't be concerned. It has to hurt. Yes, every single turn. Don't beg your pardon. You're not someone's victim. It has to hurt. It has to hurt.
Morning. I think I'm looking a little bit bedraggled. No facilities on this campsite, none whatsoever. It's not even open, but he let us camp here. The field was nice. It was a dry night, so it could have been worse, but yeah. I need a shower. But anyway, this is day 36. It's 5 weeks to the day that I set off in Minehead. Long time. I think we've got about 2 weeks to go. Today's going to be an interesting day. In South Devon, got 2 rivers to cross. The first ferry doesn't go till 10, so I've had quite a leisurely pack up this morning. But it's less than an hour away, so as long as I set off about 8:30, I should be okay. Can't go any further than the river. The second river, after about 10 miles, is a tidal river. There's no ferry. There's only one way across it. Roll your trousers up and wade. So that should be interesting. There is a low tide at about 4. We'd probably get there probably about 2, I would imagine, so we'll just have to monitor that and see how it goes. But I don't fancy falling in and getting all my gear wet, so that's going to be interesting. So yeah, that's what the day ahead is. Yesterday was a fiddly day, coming through Plymouth. Plymouth was quite nice actually, and then in the afternoon it brightened up and it was glorious, so big bonus. Expecting another rainy day yesterday. As I said before, the weather forecast been total waste of time. I haven't even looked for it today, so yeah, we're making progress, slow progress. Into Devon now, book 4 and all that. Map book 4 that is, out of 5. So just ticking the days off in all honesty. Smelly, achy, whole routine, it's very tiring. So one day at a time though. Okie doke, speak to you soon. Bye for now. Quite an overcast day today. It's very still, very little wind. The sea's like a mill pond. Very calm indeed. Lovely, lovely walking weather.
Feathers in my hair and braids around my waist. I'm almost a bird. These mountain views and pink sunsets got me shedding skin.
This is the Orme estuary, and we've got to get our shoes and socks off and wade across. So it's finding the right place to get across, really. Doesn't look very inviting, but it shouldn't come up to very high level. It's just a case of getting your feet maybe up to your knees wet. So let's go. This is the river. No ferries today. It's every man for himself. Right, I'm going to put the camera away because I don't want to fall and get it wet. Speak to you soon. Made it across. It's quite enjoyable actually, but I've been planning this walk for a couple of years, and I always decided to bring flip-flops for that very crossing because I knew there was a river crossing. And when I got there, I decided I couldn't be bothered getting them out of my bag, and I walked barefoot. And then about halfway across, where there was a bit of an island, I realised that it was quite painful, so I got the bag off, got the flip-flops on, and made it to the other side. Got them dried off. It's quite refreshing, I don't know, but really enjoyed it. Speak to you soon. That, for the benefit of my good friend Mick, is Berg Island. He's desperate to visit there on his Agatha Christie tour. It's a bit moody and misty today, Mick, but still a lovely scene, and there's a big descent here now, so better put this away. Good evening. End of day 36. It's one of those days that Gloria throws at you now and again, completely left field. It was looked an innocuous day, nice cliff top strolling from Wembury to Bigbury, but it started quite badly and just got harder and harder and harder. Initially there was a 1.5 mile walk to back to the coast, which we had to do because of toilet issues, because there was no toilet on the campsite last night. After that, the walk itself included 2 river crossings. One that we took a ferry, but we had to wait till 10 o'clock for. The other one we waded across, so it all took time. I then just walked for most of the day on my own. I just wasn't, feeling great today. A bit down about 1 or 2 things, and I just wanted to be on my own, to be honest. And but it went all right. The walking wasn't bad, but it just got harder and harder and harder, and the hills got higher and higher, and the steps got more numerous, etc. And the last few miles were really, really tough. And then we got to Bigbury-on-Sea, and Rachel and Darren met me. They came out of a pub. They'd been watching a bit of the football, and they said, right, we're pretty much here. The campsite we just think is up here. So we set off for the campsite, and we asked a guy for directions, and he said, oh, do you want the shortcut or the long way? And we said, well, obviously the shortcut. Anyway, he sent us somewhere, and we were just wandering around for ages and ages, up in farmers' fields, etc, etc. In the end we had to go all the way back, and then we eventually got to the farm site, and there's a sign up saying you can only stay if you've booked online. Of course, nobody had any reception. In the end I just wandered past 2 angry dogs to the farmhouse, and this little old lady met me, and she said, oh yeah, you can stay. And then the final ignominy was I started pitching my tent, and some guy who, I don't know, is the manager at the site here, came out and said, can't pitch it there, mate, you've got to go all the way back. So I had to pick it up and take it around and pack it up again. By this time it's like nearly 8 o'clock, you know, so it was just one of those days that just kept like going wrong in little ways, but it builds up and builds up. Did over 18 miles today, but had a great shower. The shower was amazing. I'm in a field here with sheep, so that's what it's like on a farm campsite. So one of those days. It's done and dusted. Weather forecast really good for tomorrow, so fingers crossed tomorrow's another day. Speak to you soon.